That's dope.
What is up, everybody? It is Wednesday, April 28th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope that you are all having a wonderful day, because I know I was until about an hour ago. So, guys, when you make a mistake, you got to admit that you made a mistake. I made a mistake. I'm going to tell you what that mistake was. So, I've expressed to you guys before that I've struggled with the chart requests. Every week, it's more and more and more, 50, 60, 70 requests, and they come through email, and it takes me just hours to go through the emails. So, bright idea. What are we going to do? We're going to streamline it, and we're going to make a spreadsheet, a Google Doc, where you guys can just Google form. You guys just go in, you enter them. Okay, so that was a pretty good idea to streamline it. That made my life a little easier. But then what did I do? Well, we said, if I just put it where it normally is, people probably won't notice. They'll still email me. The requests will be missed. So I'm just going to write the intro of the newsletter about the request so that people are clear. But what I came to realize is that most people who are subscribed probably don't know that I do chart requests. And so the result was between the hours of 11 and 15 and 1 p.m., we got well over 200 chart requests. 200. So FML, right? Can't do it. Impossible. No human being could sustain that. I only have just over an hour. And so my team, they went in and they chose the ones that were duplicates and the most popular and whittled it down. So if your request does not get seen, I'm sorry, it's just too much. It can't be done. I know I look like Superman, the hulking mass of humanity. No, there was over 170 unique coins. Not that many were duplicates. So I'm going to do as many as I can. We're going to go through the most popular ones, but I'm not going to be able to chart ZLBDR wrapped ETH on ChartX Pro Uniswap DEX face. Can't do that. But the good news is that because in a world where people are never satisfied, I was getting complaints every week that, hey, man, you get to my coin and it's in the T's or the V's and you don't even care by then, bro. It's you're just doing them fast and it's it doesn't even matter to you. It's you don't care about people. So we're going to do a bit letter. We're going to do a bit less on letter. We're going to do a bit less. And we're going to just do them a little deeper, right? But before we do all of that, you can see the thing. New Cosmos Hub is launched. Learn more, dig into their Gravity DEX. Proudly sponsored by, Mary gets me, Cosmos Community. As I've told you guys before, it's not Cosmos the project that is sponsoring the stream. It is Cosmos the community. Their community cares so much that they're spending their money on me and spending this time with you, which is amazing. So check out everything in the description, everything they have to offer. Also, definitely check out the AMA that I did with Peng Zhong from Tendermint last week. It's in the description right below. He told you everything you need to know about Cosmos and is way smarter than me and does programming type stuff. Bro, you didn't even find the support and resistance line that I was looking at on ZRX, which was the last thing that you charted. It's you don't even care about me, bro. I pay you $15 a month. Let's get it. Let us get it and let it be got. All right. If you do want to make requests, you have to subscribe to the newsletter. There's this tab for the free one. It's once every 2 weeks. Then there's this member tab. Sign up. It's $15 a month. And it's whatever. You got to sign it up. If you want to line it up, you got to sign it up. If you want to chart, you got to fart. If you like my rhyme, you'll know it's time. I'm a poet. Didn't even know it. Your mom's a hoet. All right. Let's go for it. Okay, first, just Bitcoin really, really fast. This pump was super predictable for a number of reasons. I made videos about it. I did commentary. I did newsletters. I did all this stuff. We had significant bullish divergence all the way from here down. And at the very bottom, people were threatening to kill myself, not themselves, but myself, and violent acts. And they were going to come for me and they were going to hack me. So I knew that was the bottom, because that's what happens at the bottom, is that shitheads get shittier. And the desalination. So yeah, I really want an indicator I touched on, and I wasn't kidding. I hit up Lunar Crush and TradingView that just better than fear and greed, but I want Twitter saltiness indicator. I want a salination. The saltier it gets, the more sure I am is going to go up. But this was the time to buy, right? Huge move. And now we're into resistance. This is a 50% retracement. I've said so many times, just take the fibs, which are these, from the top to the bottom, and you're probably going to bounce 50% every time. I mean, look at this. If you took that move, that's not even it, actually. Disregard, because it's not measured to the right place. But this bounce was a 50% of the drop from here. And this bounce is 50% for the drop from here. Supply 50 MA. So now we got to show some sack. Sack it up with the sacks and do things. So, you're either, this is a high risk reward short, right? Because you just put your stops. That wasn't what I wanted, but you put your stops my computer's tripping too. You put your stops up here, above this zone, pretty good tight, and you might miss, but just a high, this is where you expect this to retrace to. So maybe you head down. So if you're wanting to get in, you do like that. You want to get above all this first, and then catch it on the retest. Anywho, that is Bitcoin for you. Oh, allergy season, bro. God, man. Scott, are you a cokehead? No, allergies. Runny nose. Thank you for asking. I do act like a cokehead. You might not know this. I was in a fraternity in college. And, when you're pledging a fraternity and doing all that, like, borderline homoerotic drinking things, one of the things that they do is they give everybody a pledge name. So they give you a nickname. You guys might not know this is a reference from older, but my pledge name was Pookie. Pookie. And if you guys have ever seen New Jack City, you'll know that Chris Rock's character was Pookie, and Chris Rock in that movie was a struggling crackhead. That's what they thought of me. I didn't do crack. I'm kind of skinny and energetic. ADA USDT. Pookie. Yeah, I mean, this swept the lows. This is good. My computer is really not my trading view is just trying to lock things because the magnet's usually not that bad. So listen, swept the highs all the way down, swept the range lows all the way up. So now you're looking for this to hold. So I would, if you're trying to bid it, you think Bitcoin will drop a little bit there and your first target is here. But the real trade on ADA right now would be this and this. But how can you chart ADA, bro? You let a guy on your podcast once say a bad thing about ADA, so that means you said it, bro. Every day in my comments, why do you hate ADA? Why do you talk shit about ADA? It's my project, bro. Y'all salty nuts. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much all there is to see on ADA is this range. It's just ranging, right? And this is a trap, bull trap, bear trap. Looks fine, but like I really would not be interested in this until it breaks the highs and is headed up into price discovery again. Otherwise, you got pretty much an equal chance of lower or higher. If you're a range trader and you like scalping, this is a dream. You short here, you long here. Great. You're now above the EQ. You could try to set a long here. I mean, that's still a nice move from 121 to 148, 20%-ish. It's cool. A little more. That's tight. So yeah, I would say that is how I'm looking at ADA USDT. If you want to get really like kind of, I don't know about it, you could say it's breaking out of that, which looks pretty good. Cool. Atom Bitcoin. Speaking of my wonderful sponsors, Cosmos, this is their coin. All right. Well, okay, that was my target. 4415. It got to 44. Okay. Yeah, but it didn't hit your target, bro. Like, you're a terrible trader. Not precise enough. I'm going to just delete all this because now it's become irrelevant and we can rechart the chart because we did it. Guys, let's pull up the daily. Okay, we had that breakout. So that should still be targeting here. We have not even hit the target of this breakout, right? Of course, we had bullish divergence on the bottom. This is still relevant, but, you know, great entries anytime it hit that demand, which is 4-hour demand. That's why that looks weird. But you can see it on the 4-hour. Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I would say, you know, you want above that. Otherwise, that's resistance. So you're going to be buying into resistance. Not ideal. It's only a few percent up. So I would say it's worth waiting to see if you can get this. Pookie. They still call me Pookie, by the way. My college friends still call me Pookie and Pook, which is always really amazing when we're in like the company of more serious people that don't know us. Hey, Pookie, fuck off, guys. Don't call me that shit in front of like serious people. I'm a crackhead. Yeah. This is a tough chart because this is sloppy price action in here. But I would say, yeah, you want it above that, targeting that. And look, you still have this bigger macro breakout that hasn't gotten to its target of 76.50. I mean, this all looks good, right? Consolidation, you know, breakout, consolidation, breakout. So that should still get up and then consolidates more and continue breaking out. But yeah, I would say that these are all your targets. I wouldn't want to mess with this below here. So keep that in mind. Dang, my wife just fired up the car out there. Revin, AXS. I don't know what this is, but my God, what a chart. What a chart. Just climbing the stairs. I bet this is a, look at that. That's a beautiful chart. I haven't even looked at the comments. Ha, none of your business. Regulators mount up. I quote that song or sing parts of it to my wife and kids probably more than any other song. The other day, my wife and my daughter, we got in the car and we were driving somewhere, and my daughter's like, where are we going? I was like, the next stop is the East Side Motel. She's like, Dad, you're a dork. But it happened. Happened. Scott Pookie Melker. It's Pookie, guys. You got to put the I in there. Yeah, Pookie. My daughter does not know the reference of the East Side Motel, which is good. It means I've raised her right. Was it Chris Rock? Is it Chris Rock? Speaking of Chris Rock, that had like the whole comedy bit that was like basically the only thing that you want from your kids, like your daughter, when you're raising them, is for them not to end up in clear heels. Sad but true. So it already did this, right? So now at this point, we're just kind of ranging here on AXS. Hoping if I don't get to your chart that you will just take all of this immense knowledge and process it yourselves and go draw your own stupid, meaningless lines, as is tradition. Yeah. Got to get above this range now. So like, you know, you can tell how you would have traded this, right? I mean, even here you could say it was support, but just take a bounce off every single spot. So now you got the bounces off this support. So you want to flip that one, then you're in price discovery. I know it's weird to be like, hey, you should buy things higher, but sometimes you just buy them higher. That's what these all look like, but they look fine. AXS. I wish I could tell you some more excitement. You know, if it drops, if you're a supply and demand dude, we can talk about that. Or lady. I know there's actually like a girl here probably. Probably Emmy. No, she just left. You know, that would be your area that you would expect to see a retest of. Bong, bong, straight up. I want this above 11.3. I do not want it below the range, mid-range. And look at this. Look, this is a good teachable moment. All right, I pulled the range by just pulling this high and this low. Just really obvious. But look at the EQ of the range. I didn't look at that, but look at this. Look at that resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 candles out of 13, either their wick or body is exactly, not this one, is exactly on that line. That is absurd. So it's really good that it's above that. So I would bid that if it came down. It should, yeah, it broke here, but it should hold as support or bid it above that. Okay, we had like 19 requests for Voyager, of course. It's BQX on Binance. It's VGX everywhere else. But for charting purposes, we got to do BQX. BQX. Which always makes me think of the Bronx, like the boogie down BQX. I know it's not BQX, it just makes me think of that. South Bronx, South Bronx, South Bronx, South Bronx. Okay, I know I got some rap fans here. Can anybody name? I hope a lot of you can, but can anybody name who song South Bronx is? Anyone? See, there's a girl here. Hi, Christine. Did you know that the high school I went to, it's called Buchholz? I don't know if you pronounce yours Buchholz or whatever, but ours was Buchholz. I went to Buchholz High School. Anybody know the song South Bronx, or are we a young crowd? Thank you, Boogie Down Productions. Somebody had to get it. My God, definitely the Jonas Brothers, though. Someone said Jonas Brothers. Definitely the Jonas Brothers. BDP, Boogie Down Productions. The bridge is over. The bridge is over. But bye-bye. The bridge is over. The bridge is over. Hey. It is KRS-One and Boogie Down Productions. That's right. I'm actually going, now that I've gotten over 200 requests, I'm going to change Wednesday streams to rap, karaoke, and trivia, if that's cool. All right, BQX looks fine against Bitcoin. We were talking about it here, and it went up. So yeah, look, resistance. So now what do? Simple. Either bid it here, although this line is really cool here, but less convincing here, although it's got that. Yeah, I would bid here or here. That's it. Expect resistance here. I would expect some resistance here. And ultimately here, but not descending like that. Looks pretty fine. Let's do something fun. Let's look. I don't know. See what the cloud says. That's interesting, actually. So this broke into the cloud. You see, look at that. This gives you a lot of insight. So this is the Ichimoku Cloud. I don't know why I just decided to pull it up. But hey, we got a little more time with our charts, right? Not really. And look at that. Rejection at the Kijun and the cloud top exactly. So they had gotten in the cloud, and that was great, but none of the candles were able to really close against the Tenkin, above the Tenkin, which is the shorter moving average, and the Kijun is the longer moving average, is right there. Flat Kumo bottom, this flat cloud bottom, always very strong resistance, but should be strong support. So if this can close back up in the cloud, we should see it at least come up to here. But it's a thin cloud that's not convincing. And the Kijun, and then on up. Cool. Just cool to look at. Anywho, let's go on to the BQX USDT pair. Also looks good. Front ran this zone slightly that we were looking at. This is the weekly. But I said it looked like it was ready to reverse. This is way too early in the week to judge, but that's a nice potential bullish engulf candle. This week, I mean, this is like on hit BTC. I don't know where else they trade it. It looks trashy. This looks stupid. We're not going to look at this. I pass. Looks good. Bottom line is it looks good, and someone asked for it on the tether pair. That's all I got. Cove BTC. Poppin'. Breakout. Retest of this support and this line, and move up into resistance. I don't know when we charted this, but it's probably last week at this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, right in here. Breakout, retest, push. So once again, either bid here or break when it breaks here. Right now, it's what we're finding is that a lot of coins are either ranging or they're at resistance. Right? Rap karaoke. So you want this or this. It's real simple. Charting does not have to be complex. I can pull up 1,000 things. Like, I don't know, let's pull up MACD. What does MACD say? Says dollar Happy Meal. I don't know if I MACD. You can't see MACD and not think of McDonald's or like that would be a cool rap name from the 80s. MACD, and I guess respect. So this looks ready to potentially cross up. You've got the histogram here, which is down and potentially ready to cross up, but MACD is not bullish on this yet. You want to see this cross up this, and then you want to see them move across the midline, which is right here. When you're below that line, you can kind of see it there with the histogram. This is the histogram, this thing. So that's bearish or bullish. So we want to see that move to the top. We want to see this cross up this. And that's pretty much it. So you can see how it moves, you know, and you can check for divergences here as well. Like, look, at the bottom, that's bullish divergence, just like you would look for an RSI. At the top, I bet that was bearish divergence. I don't know, but because I got the wrong tool from a tool. Yeah, massive bearish divergence from this peak to here, goes down, from here to here, goes up. So you can use MACD effectively just like you use RSI or any indicator. And you can also do divergences on the histogram, but theoretically this low to this low would have been divergence here to here. Didn't work that well, but it worked on this one. So you like, that was full bullish divergence pushing through here. You can do this with any indicator that you like. I just like RSI because I'm used to it. I don't know what that is, need that for. But yeah, so you want to see this push against, but it looks like it's curling up for a cross, which would be a signal that it's going to go up. Cool. MACD. My name's MACD and I get respect. Your guns and your jewelry is what I expect. Jewels. CRV USDT. None of this is relevant to me. Let's draw some lines, guys. Let's just start drawing lines, you know? Because, like, what else are we going to do with our time? Not draw lines? Let's see what you guys are yapping about over here, though. I'm struggling to read the small font with my eyes, too, honestly. Yes, your cash and your jewelry is what I expect, but I was kind of making my own version. I wasn't trying to be a Beastie Boy because his name is not MacD, it's Mike D. Mike Diamond. I'm going to assume that that is a personal problem and not one that everyone's having. But if any of you guys are having an issue with the stream, just let me know. Yeah. Boogie Down Productions. Mike Lettuce, somebody just said. Isn't that now? That should be Dave Lettuce. Should be Dave Portnoy with the lettuce hands. Spaghetti hands, man. I'm telling you. All you ever had to do was just not let your hands get in the water because that's when they get wet. Spaghetti hands are actually, if you think about it, not spaghetti. Spaghetti is kind of weak. You can snap it, but like if you had like, I don't know, rigatoni hands or something and they didn't get wet, actually very strong. Very strong. Like all of these charts kind of look the same, guys. You know, they made their move. And now it's like, I don't know. I don't want to buy it right here. I don't want to buy it under the 200 MA. I don't want to buy it right in the middle of this entire area. I want to buy it here. Or I want to buy it when it flips this whole area. And I don't think this line matters so much anymore. So we're going to get rid of that. Well, we can find some other stupid indicator to look at. They all do the same thing. None of this tells you the future, guys. I know we want to be like charts, man, and it's like everything's built in and like the news and the nature. Chart is a risk management tool. The reason to use a chart here would be like, if I'm dumb enough to buy it right here, which maybe you decide you have some reason to buy it, but it's at resistance and ranging. The only reason for a chart is so that you can draw this stupid line, which might mean nothing to anyone else, and put your stop here. And then you can calculate a position size. And then you can be wrong like 8 out of 10 times and still make money because you just calculated tight stops each time. Only point of a chart is to know where to put a stop loss, which then tells you what your position size should be versus your portfolio. That's it. It doesn't even matter. Like you could be like, well, you know, my target is like I'm going to enter here. My stop's going to be right here, but my target is here, bro. So it's like 4.06 risk reward. We all know you're going to sell like right here and panic. But if you did this, and this was, I wouldn't do this, but if this was your setup and you do this 20 times and, you know, you're right 4 times more than you're wrong, break even. It's fine. It's easy. If you actually hold to your target and it gets there, easier said than done. You won't hit the target. What'll probably happen, let's see, what'll probably happen, you know, is that you'll buy it here and it'll do this. You'll be like, oh yeah, baby. And you'll have your only sell orders here instead of scaling them, which you should, which of course messes up the risk reward. And then it'll do this and stop out. Because we're trading here and the market hates us. But yeah, this looks fine. It broke out here. Theoretically, this is actually the target. I'm removing this before anyone thinks that's an actual trade. And yeah, I at this point would not really want to be trading, I would say, under here-ish, you know? And I do want to be trading above there, but you could even pull it there, right? So this whole area. But I like there just because that. And this also, look, lines up with this. And this. Yeah, fine. Doge. Well, it flipped this little resistance to support that we were talking about last time. I'm not touching Doge because Doge is not worth 30 cents. It's just not. I hope it goes to literally $300. It would be the funniest, most amazing thing. I would cheer you guys till the end of time, but it's not worth 30 cents, objectively. So I would say, I don't know, I would have drawn this, honestly, which means you're at resistance. But here, now we can draw that. I mean, this looks like an ascending wedge out of here, so that's not great. But I would say if you really want to trade it, you bid, you know, right here, 29 cents, any of these areas, you're targeting the highs and you don't want anything to do with it if it breaks this support. But like, why? Sorry, I didn't mean to trigger the Dodgers. Los Angeles, Dodgers. I'm a Dodger fan. I love the Dodgers. Grew up Dodgers. That's what she said. Hi, Scott. Could you take a look at 1 inch? That's what he said? I guess would be funnier. No, I'm not going to look at 1 inch, but that's funny. I like making jokes about 1 inch because it's the worst name any person has ever given to any product in the crypto space. I mean, it's not even like average. 1 inch, I think that's literally defined as micro penis. Has to be. Has to be. Okay, you can draw that line. That line's pretty cool. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Want to be above that, but I just don't look at the volume on Doge. Yeah, it seems like it's been doing amazing, but it has done nothing but go down. We do have a little spike here. So maybe this is consolidating. Like maybe if you go in on the hourly, you'll be like, oh man, I got like this beautiful bull flag, but you don't. It looks more like Head and Shoulders. I don't know. I can't get there on Doge, guys. Just can't. Dot. This I think was a newsletter yesterday or today. It looks exactly the same. Broke out of here. These were all the old dot trades. Make money, make money. Take money, take money. I'm still in dot. I'm still in it from way down there. Just now I feel like I've invested in it or something. Yeah, this should be heading up to here. Should, in theory. This wick ruins any descending pattern here, so I don't really know. Guys, these charts look crappy. Like that's why today I didn't put any altcoins in the newsletter. Ever since Bitcoin dropped, it's kind of just blown up a lot of these charts, unless your name is like Solana. So I don't see anything bad about DOT. It's fine. I want to see it hold the support. I definitely don't want to be below any of these. This is your demand is off this candle, which has been pierced. So those orders are cleared, right? This cleared it. So, you know, I would keep buying around here, but I don't really want much to do with it down here with my target up there. That's it. E-gold. I don't even know what these are. Still in this from 10-ish bucks. This kind of has this thing going on to me. No. Let's go into the 4-hour. Look at that bad idea. Erase it fast. They'll never see it. They'll think you're still a god tier trader. I mean, this looks like it's bottoming. I hate this wick, but all of them have it, which is kind of messing up the charts. If you ignore that wick, I bet we have some sort of like channel kind of thing going on here, and we're consolidating. This should pop. This should go up. But it's going to only go up if Bitcoin goes up because there's a tether pair. But this should go up. You could even draw, it doesn't really matter, but you could draw it like this. I think that's kind of better. So all these wicks below. And yeah, this should pop and go up. If not, and bid it down here. I would buy this right in here. Yeah, or just above, and I would expect resistance definitely here. Because look at all this price action. That's not going to be easy to push through. There are a lot of people that want to sell up here. It's the way this is the way, as the Mandalorian once famously said. God, my back. But I would be looking for this, you know, with this little kind of flaggy thing going on here that I can't draw with my whack. I think this looks ready to go. It hasn't gone. You can't buy it. You're at resistance, but this looks like it wants to go. That's what matters. Engine. Fun thing is I don't even know what chart is going to come up. Looks fine. I mean, looks fine. I hate this wick. Makes, again, making sense of this very difficult. Something through here is resistance, but it's hard to pin it down. I would say right there. Something like that. Because that also passes right through there where that split. I mean, to be real, this looks toppy. I bet this is a massive bearish divergence. It's my bet. Oh, winner, steak dinner. Look at how big. All bear diet divvying the whole way through. So, yeah, that was toppy as toppy could be toppy. Guys, these charts, man, I don't know. I look at them all for you, but most of them I wouldn't trade. You could say that if you, I don't know. I wouldn't touch it right now, to be honest. That's all I got for you. These are EMAs. I don't know why they're on here. 250, 21. So if you're an EMA trader, ooh, bro, we just flipped the 21 EMA back to support. It's probably going to like go up to the moon. Maybe like it'll get to the 9.7 EMA, and then it'll flip the 3.3 EMA to the -4 EMA, and then we're going to be just like at the all-time highs, bro. I mean, this looks pretty good. For real. I don't like this line. Hey, Scott, could you just look at these 267 charts for me, please? Please? Buy a Coke. It's not like an inconvenience, right? It's fine. It's fine. This looks pretty good, honestly. I think that this should go back to $4. Is that what you wanted to hear? I think that's true. I wouldn't want to be back under here anywhere. You know, if you're an EMA guy, I don't want to be below the 50, bro. So you give yourself a little room, set a stop below it. But I think this looks, yet again, if Bitcoin goes up or chills, this should be heading back up eventually to $4. Unless, of course, this head and shoulders and falls to Hades. So you would definitely want to have a relatively tight stop below the 50, probably, if that's your thing. I'm not buying it. I don't know if it's going to $4. I think that I'm very indifferent to this setup, to be quite honest. But if it's your thing, it is technically breaking out of that whack little pattern. Look, guys, another coin that's ranging. I don't know. Doo-doo charts. Come back to the thing over here. So what's this? My hair's looking good. This is my wake-up hair. I didn't do anything. What's the logic behind companies accepting Doge as payment? The logic is because it's popular, so they're just going to do it because it's like they're doing it for publicity. That's your answer. They're doing it for publicity. That's your answer. Sometimes I don't know if you guys are typing the same like comments over and over again. But yeah. I see that we've got people coming in with the 9,000 comments in a row, which is tight. Okay. Whoever that dude is asking for Anchor, the answer is no. But that is what you are behaving like in the comments. Just bringing everything down to the bottom. You are the anchor. It's like the Bette Midler song, "You are the wind beneath my wings," but you're the opposite of that. You're actually the wind above my wings. Push me down, bro. I don't know, man. This is doing nothing. Okay. You guys noticing a trend? Everything's doing basically nothing. It's what it is, man. It's what it is. Had our move. Like I said on Bitcoin, now we're at resistance. Also, I mean, in 2.5 hours, Facebook has their earnings call, and a whole lot of people, Fox News, The Street, everyone now saying there's conjecture that Facebook will be announcing that they're adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet. If they do that, I expect a candle that looks roughly like this, but also green and just engorged. Chad. But there's a chance that if they don't announce it and for some reason people are expecting it, price could go down. So I think that a lot of people might actually be waiting for that announcement. I don't know. Filecoin, nothing to see here. Literally nothing to see. I'm sorry. Looks fine though. I mean, this is bullish consolidation of some sort. If you don't like the range, you draw some sort of pennant-y type thing. You could say this. Maybe like this. Cool. Above that, good. Below that, you have demand. I just wouldn't want to be down here. Could be doing that. Yeah, I could. I don't know. It's just like maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys look at the charts and you think screaming buy. But like, I don't see how this is like a screaming buy. If you hate the wick, you could draw this, which this is, maybe more accurate to what we should be looking at. Something like that. Up, down, up, down. That is valid. Although I like to start at the top. So if that breaks up, do what you do. FOMO in. That's what you do. Let's be real. And then it'll go down like 3% and you'll just floppy finger right out of it right before it goes up 4,000%. Well, that demand didn't hold, as is tradition. Look at that. Sure. Why not? Oh no. Bet that was a bear div. Nope. Yep. Right there. Right at the top with super overbought. Works 60% of the time, every time. Sex Panther. What does he actually say? It's something like that. Sex Panther, how many percent of the time? Every time. Smells like gasoline. It's pungent. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I would say that's a breakout and retest. I think this should be going back up. And if that doesn't work, I would bid it here. And expect a whole lot of problems here. Cool. Great. God, I still, even with only like this 40 requests or whatever, I'm still going to run short on time because I don't have as much time today. I just don't have time. You know, who has time? Nobody has time. This is ICX. It's broadening descending wedge, I would imagine, would be the technical term for it. Something like these. Statistically, the highest hit rate pattern of classical chart patterns. Why? It's a bit misleading. But the target's only here, first of all. But second of all, because it can do literally this. And when it eventually goes up, it counts, right? So like it's very hard to trade a descending broadening wedge. Yes, it has a high hit rate because eventually it breaks resistance. And because of this steep descending line, you can go really far down in the pattern before it goes back up. So as good as it is statistically, I find it misleading because it's very hard to trade. Because literally you could be here, you know, you could be down like 50% and you're still in the pattern. That's not, to me, very tradable. But yes, descending broadening wedges are statistically impressive. I mean, okay, let's do a test. If this closed like this, if this can, I'm gonna erase the noise. If we get this daily candle right here, is that bullish or bearish? Okay, first of all, the answer is neutral until you see the next candle. But in a vacuum, in theory, in this placement, would you view this candle bullish or bearish, and what would you call it? Come on, I'm waiting for you guys. I want to know. There's a dude in here just gibberishing. I'm putting that dude, Monsi, in timeout. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Well, you guys decide if it's bullish or bearish, you tell me. Bearish at resistance, bearish hanging man, bullish long tail, hammer, bullish, bullish. Keep it coming. I want to get a general idea here. Bearish, bullish, bullish. Seems most people think it's bullish, right? Because it's a hammer with a long wick down. That seems to be the general gist, right? The answer is bearish. This candle is bullish if it's here at the bottom, but at the top, it's actually called a hanging man. And that's why context and placement matter tremendously in trading. And it seems to counter logic for this to be bearish because yes, price went down and bulls pushed it back up. You know, long down wicks generally mean demand. But the reason this is viewed as bearish here, hanging man like this, is because the thinking is that bulls started here. This is the price where bears decided to step in and sell, right? So by the way, this is not closed, so it's not a bearish candle, and you would have to see a candle tomorrow that's down. But the thinking is that this shows you that finally, after all of this, like you had this huge candle, and now sellers have stepped in, and they pushed price all the way down. And yes, bulls were able to get just back to yesterday, but not able to advance it at all. So it's giving you an early signal in theory that there's a lot of supply and selling interest in this area. So this is a bearish candle when placed at the top. Feel me? Bearish hanging man. Hanging man. So I don't know. I don't see a reason to touch ICX here. This was your time to get it, right? I bet there was bullish divergence. I don't even know. Probably not actually in this case. Let's see, forever. Not quite. That didn't come down. I'm wrong. Idiot. Idiot. This is nice movement, but it could be ending. So I would look for a retrace to here. This is where you just had the chance actually. But this is where you want, like, you know, kind of broke above all this. So you catch it here, or a break of this resistance is where I would look for it. Bearish hanging man. KSM, nothing has changed. It is pushing. Seems to be trying to break out. And this is consolidation against resistance. I would imagine, I would hope that this would pop up. So I would just target the lines above, really simple. And you now have, you had this bearish cross, death cross, death, murder, kill, murder, death, kill. Anybody know what movie? Murder, death, kill. Anyone? Murder, death, kill? Murder, death, kill. Anyone? You can Google it. It's a great movie. Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes, Sandra Bullock when she was super smoke show in that movie. Yes, Demolition Man. We have some smart people here. Demolition Man. I can tell who was old enough. Wesley Snipes was so dope in that movie. Murder, death, kill. Movie's amazing. If you have not seen Demolition Man, just go literally stop watching my stream and go see Demolition Man. Okay, I just adjusted that line and it's still at resistance, not above. But I would imagine with all this consolidation, it's going to push and target these levels. I would wait for a clean break above even the 200, maybe bid this area once it's up here and try to climb the levels. But that looks pretty good. I mean, this is a very much confirmed descending channel. Not bull flag, way too long for a bull flag, descending channel. So here's the opposite. Not exactly, right? But try and find one on the chart. Here. Same candle at the bottom. Bullish. This was the dead bottom of all this price action. Bullish, because at the bottom, bull said, no. Like Dikembe Mutombo, no. Pushed up. That was the bottom, right? So you have candles that okay, this is a bad example because the body's too big, but say that this body closed here, bad up here, but would be the reverse on the bottom, would be bullish, even though it seemed, this is obviously bad here, right? A wick up, push down, bad. But if you had that at the bottom, kind of good. Same opposite thinking as the Hanging Man. Hanging Man's kind of a fucked up name, to be real. So I would be looking for this clean break up and then figure it out. Link is still doing nothing. That's not even, I mean, this is some of the ugliest price action ever. I'm not even gonna look at that. Stupid. But on the USD pair, should still be targeting here on this pennant breakout. Very simple. Looks good. I think it should still eventually get to $57. But then again, can't buy it right here. Could be head and shoulders. So yet again, your entry was here, maybe even here if you were just buying a dip randomly, which is fine. Oh my God, this thing. You gotta get rid of my back pad. It's driving me nuts. It's just me and my broken back now. Nothing to see here. LRC, nothing to see here. Nothing to see. Break that. It's party time. I mean, all of these, nice pumps and then full retrace. Just whack. Because inside out, it's wiggity whack. Some of them try to rhyme, but they can't rhyme like this. Some of them try to rhyme, but they can't rhyme like this. Daddy Mac is dead. One of them. It's Crisscross, if you guys didn't know that song. Jump, the Mac Dad will make you. Jump, the Daddy Mac will make you. Yeah. Because I was a kid and I was there for the ABC, Another Bad Creation. The kids were saying Playground and Aisha, you are the girl that I never had. They were part of the East Coast family with Belle Biv DeVoe and Boys to Men and all those people. And Another Bad Creation, ABC, were these little kids, and they wore their clothes inside out, right? That was their thing. So we all started wearing our clothes inside out when we were kids. And then Crisscross came out, and they turned their clothes backwards. They had the jerseys, the Oakland A's jerseys, and they were backwards. And they said, everything is to the back with a little slack, because inside out is wiggity whack. And they were like, oh, shit. And I was like, damn, inside out is whack. And I started wearing my clothes backwards. because I'm a sheep. But inside out was wiggity, 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 wag. I want to break this line. Otherwise, yet again, just kind of ranging from here to here. Right? Let's draw this more clearly. It doesn't matter where we start it, but I'll just call it this. Cool. Cool. Boring. Boring. No reason to loop ring. Oh, now we've got something exciting. One of my biggest positions that I had my newsletter in at, I think, 2 cents. 2 cents. Now over 80 cents. I'm not a great mathematician, but that's like 40 times your money. This is tough to trade. Tough to trade. Looks pretty toppy. I love it. I'm not saying it's going to drop, but I'm saying looks pretty toppy. It might just continue to push. I would say that Matic looks extremely bullish. You should buy the dip. That's the best I got because I can't draw anything on this chart. Got to get above this now, though. Just decreasing volume, price pushing up. I'm going to assume that we've got some crazy like bear divs. Yeah. I wouldn't touch it right now. I would try to catch a dip on it because I think it looks bullish, but I would not buy it now. Again, this could be a bearish candle up top. But my God, I mean, how many Cialis did you pop that morning? 37 cents to 89 cents in 2 days? Toit. Matic will make you jump, jump. The Matic dad will make you jump, jump. The daddy Matic will make you jump, jump. Polygon will make you jump, jump. They're not even called Matic anymore. Yeah, dude, I would bid the living shit out of this region. That's what I would do. Not even retested, just broken through. I mean, you could say it was retested here, but I would bid that. That's what I would do. Coming over to your comments for a hot second. I mean, but Matic, like, fundamentally is exploding. It's probably the leading layer 2 right now. Crazy total value locked on the projects. Low fees. I mean, it's really doing its thing. Doing Chad stuff. Stand facing the back in an elevator and close backwards. See how it goes for you. That's pretty funny, actually. How to do that. No regrets, bro. No regrets. No regrets. My 7-year-old just said you were the worst singer in the world. Sorry, bro. That. First of all, I sing kind of average. Worst in the world. Your 7-year-old's kind of mean, man. I was gonna say something worse, but it's a family show. Yeah. 7-year-old getting hated on by 7-year-olds. I've really leveled up. Did they hear me do Nate Dogg earlier? My family, we really like karaoke. We really, really like karaoke. And it's been a long time that we have not had a chance. This looks pretty good, Raven, here. It usually used to follow Matic back in the day, didn't it? Like you would get a huge RVN pump after the huge Matic pump, and then it would whatever. But this is like a key level that it's trying to hold as support. I like this here, kind of. But yeah, we love karaoke. We love karaoke. And Emmy and I generally like to do like regulators at karaoke and hip hop karaoke and stuff like that. She slays karaoke. Well, it's been a long time, COVID and whatever, but she went to a thing this weekend, like a bachelorette party, and I'm like falling asleep and whatever. And I click on her friend's Instagram, and Emmy's like just destroying Gangsta's Paradise on Instagram, just destroying it. I was like, as I walk through the valley in the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. But she was like gangster with it, and like, it's crazy. Hood rat. It's my wife, for anyone who doesn't know who Emmy is. hip hop karaoke, real karaoke too, because you guys have heard my angelic voice. I was in the a cappella group in college. Girls liked it. John Legend. He used to sing jazz. He did. I used to sing gangster shit like Africa by Toto or something. I don't know. Down Under by Men at Work. Do Poison though by Belle Biv DeVoe. I had the solo on that. I was at the bar, take them off. And that night, I played them off. Checking out fellas, the highs and lows. Keeping one eye open, still clocking the hose. Can't call girls hoes now. 90s, you could like call girls hoes. It's not appropriate. Probably not appropriate to tell your daughter that the next stop is the East Side Motel either. I like this. I mean, this is a major, massive support flip. If this holds this area, this should go up. That looks great to me. Holy God. You guys ask for REIF every week and it never does anything. It's never, I don't know what this is, but it's never done anything. REIF, man, it's like, you know, like the thing in the ocean with the algae, coral, bro, and like all kinds of fish species. No, nothing here. Nothing to see here. Stop asking about it. But no, if it broke that line, maybe. But honestly, you would have said that here, and look how dumb it is. This is leaking sideways on low volume, and the minute it even tried to break the range mids, it got destroyed. Destroyed. Look at the volume. Biggest volume candle of the entire thing was the one time this really tried to get above. Second biggest selling candle was the other time. I wouldn't touch this until it's like clearly above this mid-range, above that level. Trash right now. Ren. You can't say hose anymore, and that's good. You can't say that. Just reading your stuff. Bernard, I cannot. There were 200 and something requests. I just couldn't. So my team, they sorted through. They took the most popular ones. No, I'm not telling you to dump REIF. I'm just telling you it's not doing anything. Been spending most of his life living in a crypto paradise. That's funny. That's funny. Eve, I love Eve. Who's that girl? Oh yeah, smash the like button or I will keep singing. That's great. I'm just going to leave that up there. I will say, I will threaten you with singing if you don't smash the thing. Let's look at Ren. Nice support, nice flip. That's pretty good. If it breaks this, I say we're ready to go. You know, this is also like if you drew support here, this whole area, got to break this. Hold this, break this. Target is this. Do this. That's what I want. This is God tier entry because it's support on both levels. That's what I want. Might not get it. That's what I would want. I wouldn't touch it right here. Coming into resistance, barely holding support. If it breaks that, get out your spaghetti fingers and get ready to buy and then panic sell too early. Get ready. God, Sushi, how boring are you? Nice reversal, but it's a USDT pair and it just did what Bitcoin did. Went back up at the bottom. Probably had bullish divergence. I don't know. No, probably not. Idiot. It didn't even have bullish divergence. This is boring, dude. Look at these charts. Next time I'm going to be like, hey guys, show me a chart that looks good so that we can talk about it. Because this is just in resistance. I mean, this is resistance, right? Oh, this is a good teaching moment. Almost. I don't know if it's going to qualify. Yeah, it will. Okay, cool. Right. Now, pretend none of this happened. Pretend you're at this candle right here, okay? So you would say, hey, when you had this move up, you would say this is your demand, right? Correct? So you expect it to hold Now you would want to see this, for this technically to be true, this whole candle would close below, not right at the bottom. But for our purposes, it's interesting. So when demand fails and a candle goes straight through without stopping, like does not bounce and then go through, it's called a bearish breaker. It works to the upside too. It's a bullish breaker if it goes the other way. It's called a bearish breaker. And what that means is that an area of demand has become theoretically supply because it pushed right through and there's probably sell orders there. And you can see that that happened here. 1, 2, 3, potentially 4 rejections in this area. Strong resistance should have been support, ends up being resistance, called a bearish breaker. Boom, 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 boom. So you would have looked to short this aggressively on the tests here if you were like, you know, trading this with leverage or something. What I'm looking for here is this is the trade I want. I will not buy it until it's closing candles up here. Otherwise, you're expecting this if you're bullish. So those are your 2 ways to approach it. Bearish breaker. SXP, yeah, you know. I think it's Daddy Mac that's dead. I mean, doesn't get much clearer than that, right? I mean, yeah, the daily, but if you look at it on the weekly, pretty savage right there. That is pretty savage. It did technically close slightly above, but a lot of selling interest right there. I would not want to touch this until it's above $5, like really above $5. Otherwise, I would look to buy it here. Same thing we just discussed, kind of. Look to buy it in that area. I don't think this line really matters anymore. And if you're an MA trader, you just had your entry, which was a retest of the 50 at $3.75. Did have a bull cross of those MAs. So if you're like an MA guy, 375, you had that bid when this broke through and you got it. But this could be another one of those, another one of these potentially bearish candles. It looks like it could be bullish. Although with the wick in the middle, it shows more indecision than bearishness. I don't know, weird charts, man. We always catch the weird days. Oh, look, we got SXP BTC as well, which looks better. That broke out and has retested, and this is a massive inverse head and shoulders. I kind of like that on the BTC pair, which gives me a little better feeling about the USDT pair. It's a resistance break, retest of both that neckline, which it should not have broken below, but it did, and also of this. That looks pretty good. Also, though, none of these candles, all these daily candles are shaping up for a lot of indecision. They're not necessarily bearish, but they're definitely not bullish. A lot of indecision. Dojis, people usually think they're reversal signs. Most likely, they're just saying it's a pause. That's what it's saying. It's like, whichever way you're going, slow your roll, bro. Slow it. And this is definitely right at this local resistance. So, looks pretty good. Can't see a justify reasonable to buy it. I could have seen you buying it on the breakout or the retest here. Now you're like literally buying within pennies of resistance. Sats, I should say. Yeah, that broke down. But I think maybe this is more accurate and looks a little better. In fact, that might be a, let's see something. The next stop is the East Side Mountain. Cool, man. Daughter should appreciate my singing skills. Is your 7-year-old a boy or a girl? I don't even know. Did we discuss that? Oh, it really hurt my feelings. Sticks and stones. We got something like this going on, but not exact, so I don't want to. I mean, there's a big move down. This kind of looks like bearish consolidation, to be honest. I don't know. Don't want to hate on your coin, no. Here's what's happening. Okay, next rap trivia question. Ready? Hand on the buzzer. What's the sample in Regulators? That song. You should know. You should know the answer. Oh, guys, Michael's here. Michael's here, guys. Michael's here. Yeah, we know regulators, but what was regulators sampling? Okay, well, Justin got he got the artist. He got the artist is Michael McDonald. Yes, they did pitch it down. That's correct. It goes like this. In my best Michael McDonald voice. I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. I keep forgetting things will never be the same again. So pretty good. Yeah, you guys got it. Keep forgetting. Does that sound like Michael McDonald? Every time you hear. Not Sign of the Times by Prince, but that's a good guess. Great song. It's Michael McDonald of Doobie Brothers fame singing Keep Forgetting I'm Not in Love Anymore. That's messed up, Jordan. I know you're talking about me. You came from so. What a fool believe. That was bad. This is what's happening. You have supply and you ran into it. Okay. Pretty straightforward. The wise man has the power to wash it away. I am an encyclopedia of musical knowledge. It's just true. I DJ'd for like 20 years and played every single kind of music. Like I've played 6-hour parties of just like Doobie Brothers and soul. Even just Blue-Eyed Soul. We did a Blue-Eyed Soul party and the restrictions for 4 hours of music was just soulful white dudes. So we basically just played a ton of Bobby Caldwell, Hall & Oates, and the Doobie Brothers. Basically. With a select few other random white guys. Blue-Eyed Soul. It's a genre. I did not make that up. How good are the Doobie Brothers, though? Yamo be there. I'm losing people. I know it, but I can't help myself. I'm just going to be me. I don't know how to buy this if it broke this, but you really want to be above this. It's high up there, but you really want to get above that because that is clean rejection. Rejection. Maybe buy it here if it drops down, buy it on the break of that. Or if you're really conservative, buy it above that. None of these look spectacular. TRX still looks the same. I love this setup. I love it. I love it. Litecoin looks the same. Let me see. Litecoin looks even like a better version of this, kind of. Yeah, see? Breakout, retest, just sitting there waiting to go. Maybe it won't. Maybe it will. Look at that. Breakout, just sitting here on support, ready to go. Just ready. Just got the fluffer. Getting them prepped. He's ready. Ready for the party. So yeah, I like TRX here. I do. This whole area is resistance, so I gotta get through it. But yeah, I mean, I'm in this. Like, I bought some TRX at like 200-ish. I've been had TRX, but I bought some, and I'm just gonna wait. It's a weekly chart. Weekly chart. Might take till 2022 to hit my targets, but I want 863. Looks great. Breakout, retest as support, moving away from support. I have no idea what will happen, but that looks good. What a Fool Believes has one of the, yes, does. What a Fool Believes is one of the best songs of all time. No, it is not true that music died with Kurt Cobain. However, it is true that Kurt Cobain died with Kurt Cobain. How do you withdraw your crypto to your bank account? I go to the withdrawal thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. Megan, my God, how can you remember that? That's one of the first mashups I ever did in my life. Yeah. I made that like on 2 turntables with like a tape deck or something. I recorded that like live with the whisper song. I can't believe you remember that, but I was on one of my mixtapes. I think that's crazy. Hi, that's cool. I skipped a lot of coin requests. There were 200 and something of them. I'm sorry, just can't do most of them anymore. That's what happened when I opened the Google form today. I destroyed everything. Like the dude from Avengers, Destroyer of Worlds. I don't know. Guys, these charts, man, my God. Just pumped because of Bitcoin. I don't even think that's resistance anymore. I mean, you're going to have a lot of resistance in here. Wow, that didn't go very well with my mouse. Because there's all this price action. And why would you have bought? Because there was all this here, right? This is where the action's at. So you buy here. You're at resistance. Everything's at resistance. We had this nice pump, and now we're at resistance. You don't buy resistance. It's all right. It's all right. All right. She moves in mysterious ways. That's what the mashup was with the doom, 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 doom behind it. Just came to me in a vision. I don't even know because this candle's not done. But if that gets rejected, you could say this is resistance. But now at this point, you know, this was your chance to buy. It's where you bought. Now you're waiting until you're above this. That's it. I hate to say it. Love UTK. Got a big old bag. Got to be above that. Z USDT, zero swap token. Actually a thing. Don't know. Who knew? This looks good. This looks buyable-ish. Holding the 50 MA. Okay, this looks good. This is, you got this area right here of supply. Kind of the 50 MA and kind of this breakout. I'm going to show you a chart. Okay. See this? See the 50 MA? The difference here is that the 200 is below. That isn't different. But look, breakout, retest of demand, and the 50 MA and that. Very similar something or other here. Retest of demand, the 50 MA is right there, and you have the retest of this. Didn't zoom away yet, but technically that looks very good. I have no idea what this is, what it will do, and there's definitely a selling spike today. But looks kind of good. Looks kind of good. Breakout, retest, test of the 50 right before holding support. That looks good. Z. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, it still took me till 3:15 to do however many charts this was. My God, I'm late. Not on my period. Guys, it's gross. Not late on that. This looks exactly like, didn't we just look at something that looked exactly like this? What the hell was that? UTK looked exactly like this. And I was like, you could draw a line here. Well, no, this candle's not done. Resistance. Resistance. All through here. Got to get above it. So I wouldn't touch this unless you're above. I hate to tell you because you're going to be mad, but I would buy it above that. Or I would buy it right about where it dropped to today, actually. That was an opportunity. No, not there. Right in here-ish. So yeah, that looks pretty good. But now you're between them. So yeah, I think you know, you could target that. The real Chad buy is here, if you get it. That's where Chads buy it. Probably miss it, but that's where Chads buy it. This is a nice little local kind of, you know, you could draw it here. I don't know, man. Draw it wherever the hell you want. Everyone's got their different lines. Above that looks pretty good still. I don't know, man. I don't know. I include wicks on everything because they're part of the price action. It's just the way I trade. I always include wicks. That's the way I learned. That's the way I do it. I'm not in love. Yeah. Better late than pregnant, but late is on your way to pregnant. It's whatever. I do like Kaytranada. I played with him a bunch of times. He's dope. One of my favorite producers. Yeah. So, I mean, if you guys don't like my personality, now would be a great time to leave because I'm done with the charts. Steely Dan. Probably that's got to be one of the most sampled songs of all time. Uptown baby, we get down baby, for the crown baby. Can anybody name that song? If it wasn't for the Bronx, this rap shit probably never would be going on. So tell me, where you from? Uptown baby, come on, let me see it. Somebody's gonna do it. Somebody's gonna get it. I'm waiting. Well, Black Cow, yes, is the Steely Dan song that's sampled. That's correct. But I want the rap song. Uptown baby. We get down, baby. For the crown, baby. Peter Guns? Anyone? Peter Guns? Black Cow's been sampled so many times. Insane. So guys, Cosmos. Just read that. Lord Tariq and Peter Guns. Uptown baby. Ooh, focus. My scratched wedding ring. Sign of ownership in some cultures, like Florida. Means that your wife owns you. Flipping of Ethereum and Bitcoin is not even on my radar. I don't see it. I do not see it. Deja Vu, Lord Tariq, and Peter Guns. One of the greatest songs. New York got crazy game, but out of town is all the same. Harlem know how to play. Back to 600 getting crazy paid. Now the queen got shit on lock. If it wasn't for the Bronx, this rap shit probably never. I just was bleeping out N-words, by the way. I've used Altcoin Psycho's bot, and it's really good. The best techno song, although I don't know that I would call it techno. Josh Wink, Higher State of Consciousness. You know that song? Higher State of Consciousness by Josh Wink. The real alt season kicks off roughly a year ago. It's literally been alt season for as long as I can remember. Your mom's is so fat. How fat is she? Your mama is so big and fat that she could get busy with 22 burritos when times are rough. I seen her in the back of Taco Bell with handcuffs. It's a sad fact. What? Your mama smokes crack. What? She got a burning urine and there's no turning back. Her knuckles drag down to the ground when she walks. Shit comes out that mouth when she talks. Sitting on a mountaintop, tooting on a flizzoot, riding on a horse, drinking whiskey out of bizoot. She got the wings and teeth of an African bat. Her middle name is Mud Bone, and on top of all that, your mama got a glass eye with a fish in it. You didn't think I would know that entire song, did you? Just, I mean, damn. That is an obscure rap song. That is a very obscure rap song. I love Slick Rick. Uncle Ricky, can you tell me a bedtime story? Guys, yeah, I mean, we're just hanging out now. I give you permission to get that how many people are watching thing to drop down really, really far. Your mom's got a peg leg with a kickstand. The jokes at the end of that are so good. What is one? Your mom's glasses is so thick she could look into a map and see people waving at her. That shit is funny. That shit is funny. Yeah. Just going through these last comments. Goodbye. I'm sorry, guys. I am genuinely sorry if I couldn't get to all your requests. It's just I can't. It's too much. So we're gonna try to take the best ones and figure it out and do what we can. But at this point in time of this day, did I ever listen to The Streets? You mean like obscure British white dude with a 4-track who made beats and rapped over it? No, I've never heard of him. You have a peg leg, but you have a kickstand. Let's don't wait till the water runs dry. We might watch our whole lives pass us by. Caught your mama in the frozen food section, fishing with a hook and reel at the frozen food section. Yeah, it's funny. How many more times can the coin that you own did 40s already do from here? Oh, a lot. It could happen. It could happen. Yeah, guys, this is fun, but I feel like it's my time. I would like to say peace. Tell your friends about me. Bye.